Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video episode on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We have here an STG-45. This is the rifle that would have succeeded the German MP-44, the Sturmgewehr 44, as the standard issue rifle of the German army if the Americans and the Russians hadn't annoyingly showed up and closed the whole thing down. So another way to look at this is the very first ancestor of the HK91 series of rifles. This is a roller-locked gun. We have a bolt very similar to an HK bolt in there. There is no piston or any other operating mechanism up here. It's just a delayed blowback on a roller locking system. So you can see that the buttstock and the pistol grip are very reminiscent of the MP-44, as are the sights. This looks very much like a product improved MP-44. It's quite a bit lighter. It's a lot simpler. It is far faster to manufacture. It was a lot cheaper. And they'd made a handful of prototypes of these when the Allies busted into the factory and shut them down. So we have this one, and what we want to do is take a look at how this would function as an actual combat rifle. We are not going to take it into an actual firefight somewhere, because we don't have access to one, and I don't think we'd want to anyway. But what we are going to do is take this to an IPSC 3-gun match. That's about as close, I think, as you can come to practical testing of a combat rifle today, outside of military training. And I think it's going to be a good time. So we're going to take this out. We have 30-round magazines for it. It uses the same mags as the Sturmgewehr, and it is chambered in 8x33 Kurz, which should be actually a really nice cartridge for combat shooting. Very low recoil. On the IPSC scale, it has a power factor of about 280. It's a 125 grain bullet running at 2,250 feet per second. So fairly sedate recoil, but it's not really a slouch either. So let's head out to the range, and we'll drop right into the first stage of the match. All right, I'll give you a little background commentary here while I'm getting set up. This stage starts with 6 steel plates that you hit with a pistol. There are no chutes behind them, so I'm really taking my time here because I'm sick of shooting no-shoot targets. Once I've got all 6 of those down, then we will go on and move over to the right side of the range with the rifle and hit those 6 small silhouette targets on the back berm, as well as a bunch of people. There we go. Take the rifle off safe. I'm going to go for one of those steel silhouettes first. Hit that one. Now we're switching over to paper. Camera guy still thinks I'm shooting at steel. Had a bunch of problems with magazines in this stage. I had loaded about 25 rounds in each mag, and that turned out to be a lot more than they can handle. These are older mags, and problems weren't with the gun. The problem was rounds nose diving out of the magazine when we tried to strip it out. Switch sides so we can get that last set of 3 paper guys. Empty mag. When I took a look in there, the follower was really jammed out of place and it looked like a complete disaster. So I just ditched this mag entirely, go to a new one. Normally in a 3-gun match you'd just dump those on the ground, but STG-44 mags are expensive, so I want to treat them decently. Had the same sort of nose-diving problems with this 3rd one, but we'll get those worked out here. Save my
messing with magazines. The trick at the very end was a couple of these silhouette plates were hidden behind the paper targets. I had to pick a spot on the paper to try and hit. And peek over the top there because I missed. And there we go. Right, second stage. And get myself loaded and prepped here. Pull out the Sturmgewehr. And starts with the rifle loaded and safed on the table.
Are you ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by.
Checking, I actually didn't need any more rounds. Wanted to make sure I had enough hits in each piece of paper, which I did. Now we'll move on to the next side. Unfortunately, I have the RO standing directly in between the cameraman and me here. But, able to go quite a bit faster here. We've resolved magazine issues. I only had about 20 rounds in each mag. I need 3 hits on each paper target. You can see there's very, very little recoil coming out of this. It's extremely pleasant to shoot.
If you're finished,
All right, and there we go.
It's clear. Slide, hammer, hold.
All right, so I'm really excited. That went pretty well. My score kind of sucked, but not the rifle's fault. We had a few problems with magazines. When I downloaded them to 19 or 20 rounds, they worked fine. You know, what can I say? If I had magazines that weren't made 70 years ago, I probably wouldn't have had issues with them. But the rifle is absolutely a joy to shoot in a situation like this. Extremely light recoil. Someone who's a more practiced shooter could have really blazed through. I would put this cartridge easily on par with an AK for light shooting, and that's with no muzzle brake at all. So one nice thing that I've commented on just handling the rifle, but definitely holds true when you're shooting, is that the sights come right into line when you have your cheek down on the stock. You bring that rifle up and it's right in line all set for you. Thanks for watching, guys.